What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So Ryan Edwards' wife, Mackenzie Edwards, she is making her rounds. She spoke to The Sun first, and now it looks like she has spoken out to In Touch Weekly, and she is actually criticizing MTV, saying that they use the Teen Mom OG kids' emotional distress to make a buck. She is also calling out Maci and her husband Taylor, calling them aggressive people. So let's get right into it, you guys. Now, one thing I do want to note is that she said that they are doing fine now without MTV and that she would never go back to MTV. But it has me wondering, are they being paid for these interviews? Why are they speaking out so much lately? The show is not even airing right now. Like, the season has not come on yet. It'll come on sometime in September. So I could see if maybe the season was airing and they were watching and something was brought up about them and that it irritated them. So they felt the need to speak out to the media to voice their side. But the show's not even out yet and they're just going around talking to everybody. So it makes me wonder, why? Are they being paid for these interviews? Are they needing the money from these interviews? I'm not really sure. You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. But it says here that Mackenzie Edwards is calling out MTV for cashing in on its young stars' problems and issues and for working to hide the very aggressive behavior exhibited by Maci and her husband Taylor. Now, this is what I have to say, because I have experience with this because I'm from the South, and because most of the time I'm sweet, people will say, oh, she's got that little sweet Southern charm down pat, but that's not who she really is. No, it's who I really am when you meet me, and I feel like that's probably who Maci and Taylor really are when you meet them. They're probably nice, but if you tick them off, I'm sure they can become aggressive. And I feel like Mackenzie's basically just trying to say, oh, they're very aggressive and they hide that behavior. I feel like they just try not to show it like anyone else. Nobody else tries to be aggressive all the time, you know? Like, if you know you're going to get irritated about something, you try not to be irritated about it, especially on national television. I don't think we can fault them because they are criticized a lot. Maci's been in the game long enough to know you are criticized. You have to watch your P's and Q's when you're on the when you're recording. When you're filming, you have to be careful. You can be criticized at something as simple as the way you said something to your child. So her, just being cautious of that, I don't think that's a problem. She knows that she'll get backlash for it. So, but I don't know. I don't see that Maci and Taylor are very aggressive. I mean, after all, they was not the one that called anyone threatening to come to the house and shoot them, right? She went on to say they'll use children to make a buck. Yes, this we know. She said that she did not want her stepson Bentley's therapy to be filmed for the last season of Teen Mom OG. But Maci and Taylor obviously didn't see anything wrong with putting the 12-year-old's issues on the show. I'm just confused what Ryan Edwards thought this show was going to be about. Like, yes, at first it's about you guys trying to deal with the struggle of being teen parents, but at some point your child starts growing up and your child will be featured on the show. Do I think all things should be featured on the show? No, absolutely not. But I actually thought the therapy thing was kind of a good thing. I don't think they ever went into the therapy sessions with them, not that I ever remember. But it was sad that it was Bentley's decision, that Bentley said, like, I think we need therapy and I want my dad to go. I think that could help other families. Like, I think if other children were to see this, they could say, hey, maybe that'll work for me and my dad, or maybe that'll work for me and my mom. So I actually thought it could be a good thing. I think Maci has probably a close enough relationship with Bentley that Bentley would tell her, I don't want to film about that. Like, I want this to be something kept off the show. And I think she would respect that. She would probably even go so far as not even telling production they were doing it if she knew that it was something that Bentley wanted off the show. That's just my thoughts. But according to Mackenzie, that she did not want it to be filmed, but Maci and Taylor did not see anything wrong with it. I'm guessing they didn't see anything wrong with it because Bentley was okay with it. I don't know. And maybe they saw how this could impact other children and maybe get them to do the same thing, take those same steps, speak up and say, I want therapy with my parent. I don't know. She went on to say, we didn't want to film about the therapy thing. That's something that should be private. Hence the pushback. All MTV cares about is money. And no, I'm not cool with that. I'll never be cool with that. Now, on the last season of the show, that was Maci's storyline. It was Bentley's uncomfortableness to be around Ryan, and he wouldn't be around Ryan. Like, he wouldn't go to his little brother's birthday party that was at Ryan's house. He went to the one at Jen and Larry's house, but he didn't want to go to the birthday party that was going to be at, or maybe it was Stella's birthday party. It may have been his little sister's birthday party, but either way, he did not feel comfortable being around his dad. The relationship was awkward, and he knew that it was awkward. It was awkward for him. So that was their storyline, and then it came to be that Bentley suggested therapy. Maci reached out to Ryan, and at first he declined, but Ryan was over here filming about it as well. Why didn't Ryan say, we're not filming about it? We will not film about it. I mean, I feel like Ryan is the type of guy that if he didn't want to film about it, he would just shut down and say, I'm not filming. So then, if they were so much against it, they could have said, we're not filming about it. We stand in this. We stand strong in this. We're not going to film about it. And then they could have showed us that Ryan was refusing, and they should have, could have showed us Maci's end. And that in itself could have been a storyline. Ryan's refusing to film about the therapy situation. So I'm not buying this, really, that they were so much against it, because they filmed about it as well. So, I mean, I think there was even a scene where Ryan had come back inside from being on the phone with the therapist, and he comes back inside, and Mackenzie's asking him, how did it go, I believe. So she filmed about it. So if you were that much against it, it just didn't seem like you were on the show. Mackenzie also told the magazine that the show's producers have no problems blasting the cast's personal issues and struggles in order to get higher ratings for Teen Mom OG. This we know. She said MTV uses everyone's very real emotional distress as a way for them to make a buck. And yeah, that doesn't shock me. We know that. Just last week, Mackenzie accused Maci of being all about Maci and all about Maci making money. She also called Maci and Taylor hypocritical and continued to blame the couple for Ryan's strained relationship with Bentley. Yes, she blames Maci and Taylor for Bentley's strained relationship with his father, who, if you go back, it's filmed. Most of it's filmed. So if you go back, you can kind of see that Ryan was pretty much an absent father for a while, in my opinion. And Maci was there. To me, it always seemed like Maci did try. Like, she put forth the effort. She invited them to a lot. She tried to have a close relationship with his parents. And it just, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And I feel like that's the issue, in my opinion, with Ryan. She kept trying to lead him to water, but he just wasn't drinking. At some point, she's got to live her own life, and she's got to give up on it, right? And I think she's done that now. She's living her own life. She's given up on it. Bentley's old enough to see what's happening. So she's just kind of letting it go. And now Mackenzie is basically accusing Maci and Taylor for Ryan's strained relationship with Bentley. I don't know, you guys. If you guys agree with that, let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear it in the comment section. Now, Mackenzie told the media outlet that life has been great for her own family since leaving the show. And she said that you cannot pay her enough money to return. Even if they asked, she says they would not return. She said, I just can't get down with a false narrative about our lives, and I'm happy to be gone. The things that I was seeing on TV didn't match up with real life, especially when it pertained to me and Ryan. Now, as you guys know, the Edwards family was let go earlier this year after Maci went to the top executives of the network and insisted that her storylines only focus on her businesses, and her kids, and they wanted to leave Ryan and his family out of it. Despite not having a say in the matter, Mackenzie insisted that because of her values and morals, that she just wasn't okay with being a part of the show anymore. So when she learned that the show was wanting to let them go, she was all for it. Ryan has stated this as well. Ryan has stated that him and his wife were already discussing maybe leaving the show. So when they got the call, it was obviously a lot easier because the decision was made for them. She added that she would actually work till her fingers bled before she ever went back to MTV. And she now works as a sales representative. I'm not really sure what company. It's probably like an influencer type deal, probably more than likely. Mackenzie went on to say that when last season wrapped, that her and Ryan were under the impression that it had been the best season that they had ever had. No drama, no nothing. However, she stated that they were blindsided while watching the season air on TV. Of course, they got to know that. I think all the girls get blindsided by things here and there. I definitely think that happens. The show is the show. They care about the ratings. Just like on Love After Lockup, Deontay had no idea that Nicole cheated on him like 2 nights in a row, but production knew. He found out when the show aired, even though he had made friends with the people on production. You know what I'm saying? So even though you become friends with these people, they do not tell you everything because they're still making a show. They have to make the show. So there's times you go through the whole season thinking that things have went off without a hitch, and then you watch the show and you see things that you had absolutely no idea had actually went on. And according to Maci, that's what happened. She said the show's producers hid stuff from them and ultimately gave her and Ryan a bad edit. That's what she said, that they edited them to make them look bad. And that they edited Maci and Taylor to make them look good. She said that Maci and Taylor are very aggressive people, but they don't like to portray that. She said, I don't care how much money you're waving in my face. I'm going to stay true to myself, and I'm not going to follow behind like a little puppet. She said, the people who run the show hide stuff from you, so you just don't really know what's going on. They take stuff out of context and make you look like an a-hole when you're really just answering a basic question. She stated that MTV definitely hides who Maci and Taylor really are. So yeah, you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you guys feel like the show hides and protects Maci and Taylor? I feel like there's probably some things they may hide and protect for them. But I feel like if it was anything that would really get them more ratings, I feel like they would probably blast it. That's just how the show is. But yeah, everyone has their moments where they can be aggressive, right? Everyone has those moments where you just get to your wits' end and maybe you'll act out, you'll yell, you'll scream, and I don't think Maci and Taylor are perfect people. But what's hypocritical to me is when you see people that have made tons of mistakes try to call out others for their mistakes. Like, tone it down a little bit, girl. Tell your man to start taking a little bit of responsibility and accountability for the fact that he was not in Bentley's life that much like he should have been for several years. And Maci did try. She tried. So try to just realize, in my personal opinion, that the strained relationship is more than likely not Maci and Taylor, right? They have no obligations at this point to keep trying, in my opinion. Now it's up to Ryan to try. Take him to court. Give visitation. Submit to a random drug test, you know? So that's what I think you should do. You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you guys feel that Maci and Taylor, the show portrays them to look better than they are? Do you guys feel like they are aggressive people and the show is just hiding it? Do you guys feel like Bentley and Ryan's strained relationship is Maci and Taylor's fault? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.